Santa Fe Family Life Center is really a neat place to be with a lot of moving parts.
One common thread that ties all of us together is that we love sports and we love kids.
The reason I love coaching the kids is because I love investing in the life of the kid.
You know, one of the most important things about being able to work here and fun things is to be able to watch these kids grow.
I do this because there were a lot of people when I was a youth that came and took me under their wing and helped build me towards the kind of person I am.
As a parent, it's great to bring my son to Santa Fe where he can learn sports and it's just all around fun. I'm very grateful to have this center and I'm just glad to have it here for my son to play and learn sports.
I love coming to Santa Fe Club because I like playing basketball here. I get to be with my friends. It's fun.
Having a place like this and being able to develop the rule structure and having the different situations that come up during the game, the kids have to learn how to follow these rules. We have problems from the parents more than we do the kids sometimes, but it is really invigorating to be able to watch these kids develop and see them play. And really after a certain period of time, they get to where, you know, where it becomes second nature.
There's a lot of kids who needs a lot of help and mentoring, so I absolutely love working with them. I love picking them up. I love dropping them off and helping them with their schoolwork. Just everything about coaching and helping youth, I absolutely love.
I love coaching the kids because making a positive investment in kids' life is the biggest thing that a coach can have. It helps them with their discipline, with their ability to perform under pressure. You also have a confidant that they can always come to and talk to. So being a coach for these kids is a great role and a great responsibility that I love doing. I love coaching the kids and investing in their time.
In a literal sense, Donna was groomed for a life of service at an early age. While many of her Capitol Hill High School classmates were enjoying carefree high school days during the summer, she worked as a waitress at her family's restaurant downtown. After she and George were married and he was serving as lieutenant governor, Governor Bartlett asked that they tour all the state's facilities: parks, schools, lakes, hospitals, you name it. Of the many places they visited, it was the hospitals for the developmentally disabled that caught Donna's attention. She would later confide to friends that it opened her eyes to the many issues faced by those with special needs. As First Lady, Donna became known and admired for her support for this often overlooked group of Oklahomans. However, Donna soon discovered that changing hearts and minds wasn't going to be easy. In fact, it turned out to be a sizable undertaking. Imagine having to gain approval for group housing from the state legislature, city councils, zoning commissions, and the health department, just to name a few of the hurdles. The journey required time and stamina. She worked tirelessly until these fellow citizens were able to live in group homes, to find employment, and become proud taxpayers. It is impossible to measure the impact Donna's idea had on the lives of the developmentally disabled. Throughout her distinguished career, Donna has volunteered her voice, energy, and time to a lengthy list of nonprofits and charities. Her work for the developmentally disabled in particular was expanded with the creation of the Donna Nye Foundation.
On behalf of the citizens of Oklahoma, Mrs. Nye, I would like to say thank you for your passion, your commitment, and your leadership. Because of your generosity, many individuals in Oklahoma who've been diagnosed with a developmental disability, they are able to gain their independence and reach their boundaries. And on their behalf, I say thank you and God bless you.
First time I met Donna Nye was at our 25th anniversary, and she and George came out to help us celebrate. What was really special about it was that after the dinner and all the festivities were over, Donna grabbed me and took George and said, "Now let's go visit the group homes." She wanted to be there with the individuals.
I can't think of anyone that would be more deserving just because of the life that Donna's lived. She has done it with grace, she has done it with dignity, and has truly represented the state of Oklahoma in an amazing way. But it's not just representing a high class of individuals. She represents from the top to the bottom of the people, and I believe that as she's receiving this award, that it is truly very much a representation of who she is as a person, who she is as a community servant, public servant, and I think she deserves this without a doubt.
Oklahoma is proud of Donna. Her compassion, creativity, and remarkable vision have made a significant difference to our state. Tonight, it is our honor to recognize Donna Nye as a 2012 recipient of the John F. Kennedy Community Service Award. Here's what the history books reveal about the life of a man named George Nye. Born in McAlester, Oklahoma, where he attended high school. In 1945, as a senior in high school, joined the Navy during World War II. Upon discharge, he attended Eastern Oklahoma College in Wilburton. He graduated from East Central in Ada in 1950. That was the same year that as a college senior, he was elected to the Oklahoma legislature, becoming the youngest member at age 23. From 1952 through 1958, he served as both legislator and as a McAlester High School teacher. He taught history, which makes sense. After all, he was living it. In 1958, he was elected lieutenant governor at the age of 31. He was the youngest lieutenant governor in the country. With a total of 16 years of service, George is the second longest serving lieutenant governor in Oklahoma history. From 1979 to 1987, he served 2 terms as governor and was re-elected when he carried all 77 Oklahoma counties. He was also Oklahoma's first 2-term governor. George also holds a rather unique place in state history. When due to vacancies, he completed 2 partial terms as the state's top executive. As such, he is the only person to serve as our governor on 4 different occasions. As governor, he faced many challenges. Few legislative issues have been more difficult and contentious than liquor by the drink. George made it happen. The same can be said of horse racing, funding for highway construction, improvements to our penal system, and funding for the arts. George made it happen.
One of life's greatest experiences is having the opportunity to work with George Nye as a partner. And I had that opportunity when I served as governor and he served as lieutenant governor. But in a way, we've been partners for years and years and years in politics and in public service. But it was not only a great experience because of the wise advice that I received from George, the total confidence I had that he would be trying to do what was right for the state, but also it was fun. He proved to me that public service could really be fun.
After leaving government from 1992 through 1997, George served with distinction as president of the University of Central Oklahoma. His leadership improved academic standings, student enrollment, and also made a dramatic impact on the appearance and physical footprint of one of the state's largest and fastest growing universities. George Nye has connected with thousands of Oklahoma lives and touched our hearts. Wherever he turned his attention, results soon followed. His service to our state, our community, and our future is unparalleled.
If you want to know what public service is all about, I don't need to make you a speech. All I need to tell you is look at the life and career of George Nye. Study George Nye's life, because in doing so, you'll learn what real public service is all about.
The Knights of Columbus are proud to name the Honorable Governor George Nye as a 2012 recipient of the John F. Kennedy Community Service Award. Our final recipient is an internationally known entertainer. Most people enjoy his music. However, some don't and show their displeasure by firing mortar rounds at him while he's performing. However, it's hard to aim a weapon with the boot up your...
It's the American way. Hey, Uncle Sam, put your name at the top of his list. And the Statue of Liberty started shaking her fist. And the eagle will fly, and it's gonna be...
Toby Keith is a homegrown success story. As a young boy, he loved sports, including football. However, Toby's future wouldn't shine from holding a pigskin, but instead, a guitar. As is often the case, overnight success took longer than just one night. In time, tenacity, talent, and an easygoing regular guy charm won over fans and critics alike. In 1993, he cut his first platinum album. Others would soon follow. So would Entertainer of the Year in 2003 and 2004. Today, Toby Keith is a music icon, a legend who spends as much time offstage serving others as on stage entertaining sold-out venues. It speaks volumes that he could have been in Nashville tonight, where he is again being honored. But instead, he chose to be here. Since 2002, Toby Keith has traveled with the USO, entertaining countless thousands of American troops around the world. And you better believe the military loves this big dog daddy.
Hey, Daddy. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm a big dog daddy, you know my face, and the joint starts rocking when I walk into place. Band starts thumping those rhythm guitars, and the dance floors jumping to the back of the bar. Everybody looks better in the neon light when the plan comes together on a Saturday night.
I've known him to go into places where he would take his guitar and play for a dozen soldiers, as well as the huge crowds in places like Kabul and into the air bases over in Afghanistan and Iraq.
Toby is generous and understanding. Most people would not do these tours, and no one understands the sacrifices that these Americans are making for our liberty and freedom better than Toby. Many people probably don't know that Toby hasn't taken a dime for his visits. For him, I believe the compensation comes in the faces of the troops and their families.
He's a great American, a great patriot, a great Oklahoman, and we're all so very proud of what he does for the military every day in every way. He's got heart.
This multifaceted talent seldom stands still for long. Toby's dream of a place where families can stay together while a child receives treatment for cancer will soon come true.
How do you like me now? How do you like me now? Now that I'm on my way, you still think I'm crazy standing here today. I couldn't make you love me, but I always dreamed about living in your radio. How do you like me now?
The idea of OK Kids Chorale actually started with Toby. One of his original band members lost his little girl to cancer, but she received treatment at St. Jude's Hospital and stayed at an overnight lodging facility. The family told Toby over and over again how at this facility they were treated with warmth and kindness, and that the staff members there knew what they needed before they even knew they needed it, and Toby wanted to bring that to Oklahoma City.
Toby Keith does three things well. He gives, serves, and then he gives some more. To the great burning philosophical question of our time, how do you like me now? The answer is a lot. The Knights of Columbus are proud to name Toby Keith as a 2012 recipient of the John F. Kennedy Community Service Award.